Hello, Smite fans, and welcome to episode 24 of the Gank Right Lane podcast. Today, we're talking about the big SPL roster change that happened recently. We're going to give our predictions for phase 2 of the Smite Pro League season. We're going to be talking about the new god coming out, Mama Bridget, and we're going to be going over the patch notes a little bit. How are you doing today, John?
I'm great, but wow, we have a lot on our plate
We
tonight.
do.
How are
And
you doing,
you
man?
have to be at work in like pretty much exactly 8 hours. So
Hey, yeah, you know what? And I'm still waiting on a cat.
it's
I might
true.
get
He
it
didn't
tonight.
get his
I might
cat
not.
today. Not
I'm
yet,
supposed to get a
anyways.
cat. Kind of upset about that, but that's okay. We're here. We're talking about Smite. It makes it all better.
Smite.
Cope,
Cope.
cope, man.
Copium.
But yeah, man. There's a lot going on. A lot of news, especially today, because
Yeah.
what the patch notes came out today. New God, announced or announced
Yeah. We
kit
know what
release.
the things do now.
She's out on PTS even. Like you can
Yeah.
go watch people play her. And roster change.
Yeah. An
That's
interesting one. I'd call
a
it a big one,
very
but I feel like it's only a big one in terms of name value.
okay. So can we jump right into that?
Yes, I was thinking that
That's
would be
okay.
what we start with.
I I just want to preface this with I I made a guarantee to you at nearing the end of phase one, because when roster change talk started. I said the one team that will not, I promise you, will not make a change is the Ravens. And look where we are.
Yeah. I don't get it.
I feel like a fool. I mean, am I wrong? Was I wrong to assume that? I don't think
Assuming you
so.
were doing it before the tournament, then yeah, because the only other team would be the Ferrymen, and that was only true after Sino had a decent tournament.
Right. So I I feel like this definitely took a lot of people off guard, but go ahead and key us in here. So what's going on?
Yeah. Zatman has replaced Barracuda on the Highland Ravens. Uh, I've seen some people on Reddit saying there was some like internal conflict within the Ravens a little bit. I've seen some people saying they felt like they had too many cooks in the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
sort of deal. So they're trying to get in the one true shot caller. Like I don't know.
The
I
Gordon
don't. I don't
the
really think this move makes much
Gordon
sense.
Ramsay of Smite,
Yeah.
some may say.
This to me feels like an unforced error of a move. Like I know, Raven people don't really think the Ravens are all that amazing, but like I feel like these two players are of pretty similar levels recently, and one of them seems like they still have passion for the game, and one has literally
And
said
that
they
one
don't.
doesn't have a team right
Yeah,
now.
so I feel like keeping the one that has a passion for the game is obvious. I don't. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't really get it.
Yeah, I was definitely shocked when I saw this. I mean, in a sense, it may there are reasons that I can make it make sense, you know. There's things I can tell myself that's like, oh, okay, I can see why you'd want this. But in reality, like you said, it's like the trading in your 2003 Honda Accord for your 2003 Honda Civic. It's this.
Eh. Don't give me
What's
too
the
much credit
difference?
for that. Don't give me too much credit for
Oh no,
that.
no,
That was on
yeah,
Reddit.
Reddit post, but yes, quoting you, quoting the post.
Yeah.
Um, it's they are both. I would classify them beforehand. I would have them as the only two hunters I have in the same class. Last phase, anyway, where you wait for 30 minutes and maybe something happens with them. You
Yeah.
don't get them behind. You don't play around them. You just let them sit in lane for 30 minutes, and they show up and they hit towers.
Right.
And so, are you getting a change here? Not really. I don't think. Um, maybe Zatman has that better shot calling that you want. I will say the one thing that I can say that Zatman has that Barracuda doesn't is the clutch factor. because that's been the big thing. Every tournament, I mean, we've seen 2 Ravens games in the past year. I mean,
Yeah, but I
because they get
mean,
knocked out
you
at
have
the
to
beginning.
remember the only reason we've seen the only reason we've seen more Zapman games is because his team was bad enough in the regular season to make the seeding tournament.
Yes, yes.
They've also lost in the first round of every tournament so far
I
when
think
they had Zapman, and then they replaced Zapman and they did better in a tournament.
that yes. That's again. Um, just another reason why this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the
Um,
carry role matters for that team, right? It's
because
can Venenu push his buttons? That is the question for the team. It feels like we know
yeah,
Haddix is going to do his thing.
I feel like it's more on. I want to say Scream, but
Yeah, that
I
as
I mean
well.
there I would argue there were games last year that they don't win if they don't have Barracuda.
You mean last
I mean there were
phase?
games last phase, yes,
Yeah,
sorry.
I mean that's fair.
It feels like either way. I mean there were games he was dropping
I
crazy
mean,
kills.
I agree
And
that there are games, but I feel like the set more often than not comes down to
oh
their
yeah,
mid and jungle.
yeah. And you know, where was I going with that?
I don't know.
Um oh my goodness, I lost it. Give me half a second. Zapman didn't do that throughout last phase. Like there was never
Yeah.
like, oh, they won
Other
this game
than
because of that.
against the gladiators.
Okay, true. But yeah, I could have done that against Gladiator. Sorry, but no, just kidding. Um, but yeah, it's I just don't see you have 2 roster changes possible. I
Right.
think Barracuda would be one of your wouldn't be the first thing I go to, but it wouldn't be the last either.
Yeah.
But definitely
I mean,
trading
I
for
don't know. I
someone
don't
of the
think. I don't know if they need a roster change. I mean, I understand they've struggled in tournaments for a long time. I don't know if that's on Barracuda though.
yeah. Yeah, I think he plays very passive either way, and I think being passive right now in the hunter role is not what you want.
Right.
But they just
I
traded
don't.
the
I
passive guy for
kind of
another
doubt
passive.
he would have been available, but you know what move I would have made if it was
Mm,
available? I would have picked up Stu. That makes so much more sense to me than Zapman does. Like if you have too many cooks in the kitchen, I assume Barracuda would be one of them, since he's been in the league since season
yes,
one.
yes,
I'm pretty sure Stewart isn't. Stewart's just gonna like shut up and play and just be like the most like there dude. You know what I mean? Where
right.
he's just like there.
He had a great run in Worlds last year. He doesn't fall apart and choke in these situations where they need him the most.
Yeah,
Um,
it's never him that or is the reason the Glads would lose. Now, admittedly, he's also never the reason they win, really.
right.
But
That's the
he is Stu is never going to be the reason your team loses.
yeah. That's insane.
Other than like a one game per phase, I think he had one game against the Hounds where he went
I
like
mean,
1-7, and it was like, all right, maybe that one's on Stu a little bit.
even then, you really have to. You can't just look at a stat line and be like, oh, this
Right?
is why. Like
Yeah.
obviously,
True.
if we put 5 people diving your uh, duo lane tier 1 all game long, then your carry is going to be down.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about that.
Yeah.
So I just Stu just he plays solid.
Yeah. And sure, I kind of feel like, and he plays solid, and he's not going to be a cook in the kitchen, which it seems like is
Yeah.
what the Ravens needed, other than somebody who will basically take up the equivalent of 2 cooks in the kitchen. It's from what I've
Yeah,
heard, it
no
sounds like they
kidding.
need to remove cooks, and they've added cooks.
Yeah. You said maybe if we get one big cook, he'll just
Yeah, he'll shove all the others out of the kitchen.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the thought
So that man
process.
is gonna
You know,
body slam Venanu out of that kitchen.
this feels the same as kicking Jake from the Warriors. It's like, oh, we knew we wanted to change, but we don't know why, and so we're gonna make some stuff up. Because at what point do you ever think we have? Because that's exactly what someone said, or that's one of the quotes I got. Too many cooks in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
That was. I didn't do my research before this. I didn't get my quotes, but Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was those exact words. Cooks in the kitchen. Uh, too many. And then they're like, so let's add this guy who's
Right.
known for being in the kitchen primarily. Um,
Right.
doesn't make sense.
Right. At
It,
least with the Warriors.
good one.
Thank you. At least with the Warriors thing, it was a situation where it's like, all right, Jake has been great for one phase, and genetics has been great forever. And
For
it's
3 years.
going into a meta that we think genetics is going to fit better than we think it will fit Jake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, those are things that are true and make sense. you know?
Hmm. Yeah, it's. I mean,
I
you're.
still think it's the wrong move, but it's like, okay, that is a logical explanation. There doesn't really feel like
This
there's a logical explanation here, other than like we wanted to do a thing.
this just feels like a shift.
Yeah,
You're going from one person of the same tier to another person of the same tier. They bring the same exact things to the table. Um, maybe a slightly different god pool. Oh, like okay, you
yeah.
know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Maybe if
I
they feel better about Zatman's got pull, I don't know.
I don't get it. Um, and I think a lot of
I'm
people are.
wondering, um, if we have a genetics twig situation on our hands, where there is somebody like Haddix, maybe. I mean, he would make the most sense because he's the best player on that team. Who was like, we need to make a change, and I think it needs to be Barracuda. And then he
Yeah.
kept pushing
Which
for it really hard. And then instead of being like, okay, well, we don't want you on our team if you're gonna be like that, the Ravens caved and said fine, and then they got rid of him for Zatman.
yeah. Which so I heard there
That
was
is
some
my
attitude
theory.
problems.
I have also heard that.
Surely Barracuda was like, if you've watched any videos, seen any interviews with him, I don't, and this could be wrong, like
Right.
purely speculation. I feel like it's impossible for Barracuda to be an attitude problem.
Right. I wonder if it's not an attitude problem in the way of like he's an asshole, but in the way of
Not
like,
caring.
yeah, because like he has talked about like there was an interview with him at one point during the season, and the Ravens were doing like pretty well, and he was like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't really expect us to be this good." You know what I mean? Like I'm wondering if the team just doesn't really want that type of attitude. You know what I mean?
Right. I get it. I do. Um, and yeah, I was thinking like Scream's the type of guy who if I had to make a change on that team, it'd be between Scream and Barracuda. Right now, I
Yeah.
don't feel like there's any place to change. I don't think there was a like we've talked about how shallow the carry role is right now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
There's
no
the
good
eight
pickup.
in the league, pretty much.
Yeah, and so I don't think that would have been the best move. But also, Scream's the kind of guy who has that potential where he can go on a hot streak and he can win you like 6 or 7 sets in a row
Yeah.
just by playing well. But then he can also do what he's currently in and just coast.
Yeah.
And if you have 5, I would say Haddix is the kind of guy he coasts, but he coasts at a very high level.
Yeah. Haddix
He's not
is
gonna
the best solo in the league while like on the beach.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, does that make sense to you? Like,
Yeah.
he I never see a Haddix play, like, maybe once a phase where it's like, "Wow, he just won us that game," you
Yeah.
know? But he always plays to the level where it's like, "Wow, look at this guy play Smite." I mean, he's playing
Right.
better than everyone else on
Yeah,
the
I
field,
feel like
but with
Haddix's
nothing
play
flashy.
style is like I'm gonna tank all the damage so that my team can do a thing.
Yeah. And so he needs someone else on that team to do a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know where that's coming from yet. And I think Scream is where that needs to be, and so you can't get rid of
Right.
him.
I mean Venenu as well. Scream and
Yeah,
Venenu.
yeah.
I mean Zatman
So
has a history of doing that every once in a while.
every
So
once in a while,
maybe
man.
that's the logic. one more way to do a thing, while Haddix
Well,
does all of the nada things.
but to kind of wrap this up, um, I do think this is the last of Barracuda.
Yeah,
I
he
think.
posted a thing on Twitter that kind of made it seem like that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it was a clip from a movie where they were putting a dog down, and there was like a word there, like it had like Barracuda on the dog, and then like the dog's owner was Venenu.
Aw,
The
that's
dog's
sad.
owner was Venenu, and then there was like a clip of like a kid watching like TV because he was really sad about the dog dying, and he put in like a videotape, and then it was like, I'm assuming it was the time Barracuda won Worlds or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think he just doesn't seem like the kind of guy who's gonna try to fight to get. Like you said, he's like, oh,
Right.
I didn't.
He's not gonna
You know,
try to
he's
get
not.
his way back in through the SEC.
No, no. So, and I mean, which kind of sucks because he's one of the OGs.
Right.
Um, and I know a lot of people are pissed about that
Yeah. If Smite ever gets a Hall of
because
Fame, he's in it. Like,
I think that he has probably the most fans out of everyone, out of any player in particular.
I mean,
Besides,
yeah, besides Final K.
I mean, yeah, I think it's between those two.
Yeah. I don't
So,
know. I don't know much about Barracuda, but I could definitely see that.
I mean, I knew it before Final K was even a thing. Like in season 1 through 4, Barracuda was like
Right.
the fan guy. I
Yeah.
mean, he was the popular kid.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see him coming back because I don't see any team that's like, hey, we should drop so and so for.
Right. All their carries seem like they fit pretty well into their teams right now.
And I do
Oh,
think it's the
if
best.
Vote shows up at the beginning of the season and plays the worst Smite of his entire life by like a mile, I could see the Dragons being like, "Fuck,
Time to switch
do
it.
we do it?"
But
But also, that core is never splitting up, so they won't do it.
yeah,
But that would like be
vote
the only route for him back in the league right now.
vote played. I would say pretty well. I wouldn't call him like great. I wouldn't say very well.
Yeah, no,
He
like I don't
played
see that
above
happening.
average.
I'm just saying like that's the route for
Yeah,
Barracuda to get back in.
yeah,
Is
and
that?
it's not looking good so far.
Yeah, exactly. Or I mean, like maybe like a Yurikor rule swap or something.
Wait, my goodness, I don't like. I want. Yeah, I'm bringing this up. Send Yark to solo. Get variety out of there. Send Yark to solo and bring Barracuda in, man. Does that not make more sense? That makes so much sense to me.
It really does. Now that you mention it.
I didn't want to bring it up just because I knew this is probably going to take the next 30 minutes of us talking. That makes sense to me,
Yeah. Or
right?
even jungle and replace Twig. Like I think you could do either and it would be an improvement.
Yeah. Okay, the hardest part about a Yark role swap is he's the best in the league at the role he's at.
Right. But I mean,
And
if he goes to solo, he's still gonna be top 3 probably.
yes, that's literally exactly what I was about to say. He's undoubtedly going to be a top 3 in whatever role he swaps to. I'm sure,
Yeah, I don't know.
but um, is it worth it?
Ooh,
At
I
the
hold on. What if
Uh-oh.
Snoopy, the rest is coming. We know Snoopy's rest is coming.
Wait, okay, I will say
Barracuda takes
glad
that spot.
um Barrett I will say it's confirmed.
What's up?
Glads are locked.
Yeah, I
Glads
mean,
are roster locked.
okay, but if Snoopy
Oh, if
dies in a car
Snoopy gets in
accident,
a
yeah, like if
okay.
Snoopy literally
So
can't
we're wishing
play.
death upon
No,
Snoopy
I'm not wishing
for
death
the
upon
second episode of
Snoopy. I'm saying when he gets arrested. Like, I'm not wishing it upon him. It's just gonna happen, you know. They're not gonna make the Glads play with 4, so they'll pick up Barracuda.
This is 2 episodes in a row. I'll see
Really,
how
I'm
long we
sorry,
can keep this.
Snoopy. I'm sorry, Snoopy. I really am.
You seem like a great guy.
It's a joke. You're probably a cool dude. We're just messing around.
Yeah, if you ever want to, he should be our first guest on the podcast from prison. And from prison, we have Snoopy with us. That would surely get some attention.
Yeah.
We could just shit talk each other the whole time. Like we're like cussing at him. He's coming right back at us. Nothing productive is happening at all. We're just yelling at each other.
I'm sorry, Snoopy. It's just
All
your
right.
role makes like the most sense to be replaced, even though it can't be. So it keeps coming up.
You're digging yourself a hole, man.
I am. Well, no, I don't. I don't feel like he like minds me saying he should have smite as much as he minds me saying he's a criminal. Because he's not a criminal. He is shit at smite.
Wow. And you know what?
I mean, he'd still kick my ass.
He would 2v1 us or 2v. Yeah. So.
Oh, you're pretty good at the game.
No, we would beat him. We could 2v1 anyone.
I truly believe between the two of us we could 2v1 anyone.
Oh yeah. I mean,
we could
the power
2v1 Paul, right?
The power of 2 people.
Yeah.
Compared to 1 is, I mean, that's like, literally double.
Literally, here's what our game plan would be. I would play a tank, build full tank, jump in their face, and cause issues while you blow them up.
Yeah. All right, that's the game plan if that we are ever in any situation like that.
If
someday
if we have to 1v2 Paul, that's what we're doing.
Okay. Paul, we're coming for you. Put the date on your calendar.
Paul might be the only person in the world who could 1v2 us.
I think Pagon has a chance.
Oh, I forgot about Pagon.
Pagon is mechanically gifted.
He is.
And he's also like in the prime gaming age, right?
Yeah.
Like 20. That's what they said. Barracuda's like 70 in esports years.
He really is, man.
Like he's been needing to be out of the league.
No, he's been good.
No. He has
in
been
terms
good.
of age, it makes sense, but in terms of ability, I still think he was a top 8 carry.
Yes, I agree.
I mean, so he might end up back in the league next year because of Panic Cat leaving again. Yeah, there's not really another carry, so he just steps right back in.
He probably gets in with some of these guys who end up without a carry and weasels back.
Because like, it's him or Wowie.
Yeah. I know who I'm choosing.
Yeah.
Okay, segue.
Yep.
Into that. Now not thinking about next year, but thinking about this year.
Yep.
What are do you want to go with the week 1 predictions or phase 2 predictions first?
That's a good question. What do you think we should go with first?
Let's do the week first into the phase.
Okay. Can we even get to the games right now? Because isn't that website down?
I'm on them right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. No, it just worked for me.
It's the actual Smite page that I can't get to.
Yeah. This one wasn't working for me for a while. But when I've actually needed to be on it, it has been working. Although the bar at the top isn't loading, so that's annoying. There it is.
So something to remember, all these games are best of 5 now.
Yes. I did not take that into consideration when I made my spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh well.
Well, improv time.
Yeah. I'm still just gonna go with what I have on the spreadsheet.
Okay. First game. Warriors-Ravens.
Warriors-Ravens. I have that one going to the Warriors. I need to give a number as well, don't I?
Yes.
3-0.
I went 3-1.
They do not have the time to figure out how they're gonna mesh before this.
No, well, that's what Phil Hazer said in his video today. That because normally he gets he gets insights on stuff like this weeks
Right.
in advance. Like he knew about all the other changes weeks before anyone else did. He said
Right.
he just found out about this change yesterday. So this is brand new.
Right.
This
Yeah.
team's maybe gonna have 2 or
If it
3
happened
scrimmages.
right after the tournament, like the day after, and they just waited this long to tell people, including Hazer, they've had 2 weeks to figure out how their team works. If it happened
Yeah.
yesterday, they have 3 days.
So that not a lot of time. Not a lot of time. I don't think they're gonna get a
That
win
that is why
this
I
week.
went 3-0. Do I have them
Yes.
winning this week? I didn't take that into consideration.
We'll get there. Dragons, Leviathans.
Uh, I've Dragons Leviathans. Hold on, I've clicked on the wrong thing. I have to get my shirt back. I have the Leviathans 3-2.
All right. I also have Leviathans here too.
I have an interesting thing going on in the first week with the Dragons.
Uh-oh. You gonna clue me in, or are we gonna wait till the last Dragons
You
game?
can probably look at the
Oh,
top card and figure it
I
out. Yeah.
know what is going on.
I'm
The
sorry.
Dragons
I'm
are just,
sorry. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
but it's nature for them. It's what they do best. Is lose out in the regular season.
Oh well. Okay. We'll see. We'll get there.
Okay. Warriors Hounds.
Give me the Warriors 3-0 because I think
Yeah.
this Hounds team is very dog shit poo poo butts now.
Same.
I think poop was
Which is
so important to what they were doing.
I have them 3 as well. That's crazy that one rookie player can make or break a team.
Yeah, but it did.
And I hope
Oh, they were
that they
facing like
bounce.
the Levi's, right? I think the Levi's are really good now. They might
Yeah.
not be as bad
I
as they looked, but
they
I
looked
already
bad.
didn't have faith, and they looked bad.
Yeah, I hope they bounce back. Like I'm not wishing
Oh yeah,
bad
no,
things upon them.
they were one of my favorite teams after the Warriors did the thing.
So
The guy
hopefully,
that
but I don't have
the
it.
SPL website, like you know how they have a stream on it.
Yes.
The guy on there is playing Kukul and Jungle.
What a
what,
what a
what
you
a
thing to do.
Chad! Yeah, what a Chad!
Glad's
All
drags.
right, I have the Glads are gonna pull one out 3-2.
Knew it. I have dragons 3-0.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, I think the Dragons are gonna just like come into the season, and then this is gonna happen. They're gonna be like, "Huh? What the?
Yeah, and then
Huh?"
they end up losing out, and then they make it to the finals at Worlds somehow.
Maybe that's my prediction. We'll see.
Okay. I don't blame you. For one, I don't blame you if it
Yeah.
is. I hate how the J Dragons have gone to a team that it felt like my team, before. You
Yeah.
have like your
Yeah.
football team, your baseball team, your basketball team.
Yeah.
This was my SPL team, and now it's like
See, I'm in the
it's
exact
just
same
about the
spot I
guys.
am in the NFL
It's
because
just about the
I'm just
guys from
hopping around
Europe, man.
teams. Yeah. I mean, the Dragons were my team,
Right?
and then it was the Warriors, and now it's probably the Glads. To be
Yeah, no,
honest,
you sound like a Glads. You're a Glads fan.
I like Jake and I like Stu.
What a duo lane for you, right?
Dude, it is my fantasy duo lane.
Yeah, your
Which
fantasy
not
is gonna
great.
live
It's
in.
not.
Yeah, that's actually really bad.
Yeah, no. Really wish
Your good
this
weeks
didn't
are gonna be
happen.
really good though.
Hmm.
Like if you have one good week, it's gonna be really good.
Yeah.
But if you have, I mean, the bad weeks, which you're going to have 90% of the time, are gonna be really bad. So
I mean, here's the thing. At the time, my options were, like Jake, Aurora, and Wrongu in
no,
terms
I'm
of
not.
supports
You
we
took.
thought would be decent, and then Jake is the only reason I wasn't last place phase one. So
Yes.
if I get fucked phase two because my support and carry are on the Glads, like I take that on the chin because I wasn't last phase one because of
Oh
Jake.
yeah. I guarantee you, no one else even remembers. I forgot about our fantasy league until earlier today. No one else in that league knows that they're in that league. It's just a me and you thing at this point.
Yeah. I straight up, I'm trying to figure out how I can make a trade. I want to win so bad, but I don't know how I would be able to do it.
Dude, no. Either people are gonna be like, you ask them, they're gonna say, I don't care. I don't care about it anyway, or
Right.
no,
So
because
that I
obviously that's gonna be
right. I want to not fuck people over like that. So I'm
right.
trying to think of a fair trade, and it's hard. I haven't even actually looked at the rosters. I've just been thinking about it. I need to do that. I don't remember who has who.
Okay, 2 more games, real quick.
Yep.
Ravens Kings.
Okay. So I had the Ravens winning on my sheet. I think I'm gonna change that, and I'm gonna say the
Okay.
Kings win because you brought up a good point, and also I brought up a good point. We kind of brought it up jointly.
Yes. So
So I will
Kings
say Kings like 3-1. I think makes sense.
3-1. I actually have the Ravens 3-2 here.
Okay.
Um,
I think the
the
Kings are
more
both more talented and have had more time to figure it out.
I think the Ravens are more talented. The Kings have more time to figure it out. That's why it's going so many games. They have the Kings is now comprised of Yarkor and
And BMT, and
BMT.
you have like the third best mid and the first best Gary.
Yeah, but then you have a probably lower half support. I mean, realistically, switching teams like this, he was that I'm calling it how it is.
Yeah.
He's probably a lower half support, and then you have one of the worst junglers and one of the worst solo. I'll say it right now. He's the worst solo in the league. Okay, you have cinder blocks on your feet right now. If
Yeah,
you
they
are,
really do.
um, and I think they have two glaring. You know, you're in a boss fight in a video game, and he's got that glowing point on his back. The Kings have two of those, and it's called Captain Twig and Variety. And so I think any team should be able to beat them, as long as you don't get 1v5'd by Yarkor.
Yeah.
That's actually no. Yarkor would 1v2 us, guaranteed.
You know what? You're right. You're right.
Guaranteed.
He's the one player who would do it. You're right. You're right. You're right.
All right. Yeah. So
All right.
that's my take on that game.
All right.
Leviathan's Ferryman.
Give me the Levi's 3-1.
Oh, the Ferryman only play one game
Yeah.
this week. Same with the Kings.
And the Glads and Hounds.
I'm taking Ferryman. 3-1.
Already. It's a regular season. And
Right.
I think the Levi's are like very good.
Same. Which is why I like double take. I hesitated there.
Right.
You'll find out. But yeah, I don't know. I liked how the Ferryman looked coming out of the tournament.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna keep it up.
That's fair.
This was a matchup I was really excited to see.
I mean, in
So,
my opinion, I think the Levi's are better than the Dragons, and the Ferryman lost to the Dragons. So,
yep,
to me,
I agree.
It makes sense that they would beat the Ferryman.
All right. So with that though, that's our week 1. We'll come back to that next week and see who kind of got it right.
You. You've been on a hot streak with predictions recently.
I
feel like
I've been on a hot streak. Yes, NFL. Actually, NFL we're probably tied, right?
You're 1 point up after week 2.
Okay. I have the Niners tomorrow, by the way.
Okay. Who
But,
are they playing? Also, I don't even need to know. I'm picking the Niners.
Yeah, it's the Giants, man.
Oh, okay. I'm picking the Niners.
yeah. I knew you would. So tomorrow's a wash. Either way, I should have just said tomorrow's a wash.
We'll just say Amy picks the Niners too and save her from herself.
Yeah. Wait, what if we both pick the Giants?
Oh. I mean, you wanna? It doesn't matter either way. If we both pick the same team, it doesn't matter. You wanna say we both just pick the Giants?
Yeah, yeah, Alex, go ahead and pick the Giants.
All right, we're picking the Giants.
No, I picked the I picked the
All right,
49ers.
I'm picking the 49ers.
No, you can't change it now.
I sure can.
Okay. You aren't
I haven't
I
written
hope
it in
you
the
know.
spreadsheet yet. So
I hope you know that I completely trust you with that spreadsheet. I was thinking, I was like, he could literally change his answers
yeah,
every single time.
I mean that is why
But
I tell you my answers and then hope you remember them. But there's no way you ever would.
no. Most of the
I
time I
mean,
have a good
there's
idea. But
nothing on it, so there's no reason for me to change it. You know what I mean? It's
right.
just for fun.
Right. No,
If there was $1,000 on it, I'd 100%
you seem
be
like a
doing it.
stand-up kind of guy. So I trust you.
All right.
Okay. Getting into
Yes.
phase 1 predictions or phase 2 predictions. I have mine already written down. And I'm not changing it. That's what I'll say.
All right. I have
Uh,
mine in a spreadsheet, and I don't plan on changing it. But I mean,
yeah.
my games and stuff might change throughout like the season once I see how other teams do. But my prediction I'll stick with, I guess. I'm not gonna change it tonight.
All right. Yeah, I mean, totally reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously it's going to change that season.
Yeah. All right. You want me to
So
go first, or do
start
we
with
do like we each say our one and then each say our two and stuff like that?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
You
right.
want to start at that?
Sure,
Okay,
because I
yeah,
think we're both gonna pick the same team.
yeah. So we got Warriors one.
Yep, Warriors one.
Okay, what is their record
I
for
have them
you?
going 8-2.
Okay, 8-2. I like that.
Do you want me to tell you who
Um,
I have them losing to?
the Glads is one of them.
Yes.
I
There is a reason
okay.
for this, and it makes sense. It
I
makes sense.
no, I knew before you preface this. You said I have something crazy, but it makes sense, and I knew
Yes.
exactly the matchup.
So the reason it makes sense
Okay,
is there is a very good chance that this is the last game of like the phase, the very last one. Every other game by every other team will have been played by this point.
yes.
And I feel like there's a pretty good chance the Warriors are going to have the 1 seed locked up by then. So they're not going to give a shit. Right?
Oh, so it does make sense. Like actually,
Yeah. And the Glads, there's a non-zero chance. I think the rest of their division is going to be bad. There's a chance that they could win this game, and that would put them high enough to be second in the division. But if they lose it, they could be fourth. So it's not going to matter for the Warriors, and it's going to matter a lot for the Glads. On top of that, I'm pretty sure the Jake really hates the Warriors, but I don't think the Warriors really care.
yeah.
Right? So even if that isn't the case, the Glads are going to be motivated by hate.
Yep.
So, like, to me, and that makes sense that the Glads would be able to get that win because the Warriors aren't going to care, and the Glads are really going to care for a lot of reasons.
I mean, that's one of those situations though where the teams that it does matter for say who's in who's in the same division as the Glads? The Kings.
It's the Kings and the Ravens.
Yeah. So the King, say the Kings were if the Glads win this game, they make it. If they lose, Kings make it. You know. So all the Kings players are also like it feels like the Warriors' job to try in that game since it matters.
Right.
If it was a game where like the Glads were out and the Warriors were already in, then who cares? Everyone goes in,
I
messes
mean,
around.
why do the Warriors care about what the Kings think?
I feel like that's a kind of
If an NFL team is
unspoken rule.
if an NFL team is the 1 seed and it's locked in, and the team they're playing against wins, they go to the playoffs. The team that's locked in as the 1 seed isn't going to try. They never do. You see it all the time.
But okay,
There are
here's
teams
here's
who
the
have a
thing.
chance to have an undefeated regular season who don't try.
The difference. The difference with that is that you have players actually going and putting their. The NFL is
I mean,
like the
that's
most
fair.
physically demanding sport on the planet. One of.
That's fair.
These guys are literally putting their
I mean, the
bodies,
Warriors aren't going to
sometimes
throw.
lives on the line. These guys are sitting behind a computer screen, man. Which,
Yeah.
granted,
I mean, the Warriors aren't going to throw on purpose. They're just like they're not going to be pulling out all the stops.
right,
Like
right.
if they
No,
have
and
something
I'm not,
tricky planned for the tournament, it's not going to come out. The
Yes,
Glads
I'm
might
not
be like, fuck,
expecting
we have to
them.
pull this out here.
I'm not expecting them to pull something that they've been saving, like something they have in the arsenal, something they've been cooking up for a while. I expect nothing but what's been working the rest of the phase. And definitely some troll picks, but I think the skill alone right there. When I don't know why we're even focusing this. I know
Yeah.
I'm
We're
looking at it
focusing on the
on the
game
last game,
7 weeks away.
but it makes what you're saying 100%. I can see.
Yeah. Like the
I
Glads
can
are
see
gonna
that.
care about this game more, and I think that might be enough for them to win it.
Who else do you have them losing to? If you don't mind
The
me asking.
Dragons.
If you okay, okay,
No, I thought I already said that. Yeah, no, I have them. I have the Dragons getting revenge.
all right. Your number 2 team. I think we have the same. I think we are going to have a similar list when it comes to the top 2.
Yeah, I
um,
hope so.
you have
I have the Leviathans.
yeah, yep, yep.
I think the Leviathans are
I
gonna
think
be quite
this
good.
team, give them a week or 2, and they're going to be top tier.
Yeah,
If they even need that much time.
I don't think they do.
What do you
I
have them going?
I have them splitting with the Dragons, and then they lose to the Ferrymen. They're splitting with the Ferrymen as well, and then losing to the Warriors.
So does that make them 6-4?
7-3. They split with the Dragons Ferrymen, so they won one of each of those, and they lose to the Warriors once because they only play it once.
Oh, they only play. Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
both favorites.
I just assumed that all 4 of them were in a. I still don't know the divisions. I definitely should have that down, but
Yes.
we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
they
Yeah,
changed them, so it is confusing.
I have the Leviathan 7-3 as well.
Yeah, they just scream 7-3 to me.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna be mostly really good, and then there's gonna be a game, and it's just gonna be like, I mean, against
Yeah,
another pretty good team, it's just gonna be like, huh, weird.
everyone drops games.
I thought I had them losing to somebody else. Maybe I'm dumb. I think I'm dumb.
Number 3?
Number 3, I have the Jade Dragons.
Wow.
Despite the fact that I have them losing 2 games week 1, I have them surging back the rest of the way, only losing 1 game from here on out, going 7-3.
Okay, I will say our records are the same so far. Wait, I have Warriors 9-1 actually. I didn't.
Oh,
So our 2 and our 3 are the same. I have 2 teams 7-3.
yeah.
Mine isn't the Dragons.
It's not the Dragons. I think I know who it is. Can I guess?
You can
This is the Ferryman.
not.
Oh, I have no fucking idea then.
It's the Ravens.
You think it's gonna be the Ravens
I
again?
do. I do. So here's what I'll say.
We have very
I
different
think
opinions on the Ravens.
any team with a new change it's gonna breathe new life into them. You know.
Yeah,
I
except
don't care
for
that
the
it's a side
Kings
grade.
and the Hounds.
Well, I think if you downgrade, you're not the one proactive, if you're not the one making that change, then
Right.
yeah, it's gonna hurt. Like it's not gonna feel the same as like,
That's
oh, we're
fair.
going out and getting this person. We're the ones making this change instead of when you're playing offensively instead of defensively.
Right.
It makes all the difference, you know. And so the Ravens are gonna be like, we went out, we got this person. Um, this is a new team now. We can do things now that they didn't think they
Yeah.
could do
I
before.
mean, I get that to a certain extent, but it kind of
And
seems like they're a bit of a mess right now. They still don't have a coach.
right,
Like
I
there's talks about how things aren't going great behind the scenes with the attitude and stuff. Like I don't know. I think this team is
I
just they're just having a lot of problems right now.
I think this is a team with 5 players who are skilled at the game in their roles.
I mean,
Um,
they're arguably there's only one team that doesn't have that though. Well, all right, there's
true.
two. There's
Yeah.
two.
Yeah. Be honest with yourself.
Actually,
Um,
the team that you would have to say that for is the team I said. I forgot about the Kings.
yeah, yeah. So, I mean, I think Venenu's one of the best in his roles. I think Haddix is one of the best in his roles. It depends. I think Scream has the potential. He
Yeah.
hasn't been playing like that all year, but he has we've seen it before. We've seen him be number 1.
Right.
before. So I think a lot of this depends on Scream,
I
if he
mean,
comes back or
I
not.
don't disagree with anything you're saying. It's just it seems like this team might not be meshing great right now.
Very, very
I mean,
far fetched,
it, it's been like 6 months since they've won a game.
literally.
I think maybe it was probably like in
It's like
May
4 or
was the last
5.
game, so it was
Yeah,
literally
it's like
like
it was a
four
long time ago. It was a very long time ago.
for four
Um,
months since they won a set. Like
so yeah,
a lot
a
has happened
very
since then.
it's a reach for sure from
Yeah,
me, but
I mean that's what they did last phase,
I'm riding it out.
but
So
it feels weird to call it a reach because it's what they did last phase, but also it feels true.
right, but you would have called it a reach last phase too.
I mean that is true.
So let me hear your 4.
All right, my four is the Styx Ferryman. I'm making the same mistake everybody always makes. High on the Ferryman at the beginning, they don't do great. They come into the tournament looking real bad. You power rank them eighth, and then they win the tournament. I'm making this same. I'm going through the cycle again. I don't even have them that high. They're fourth, but I'm going through the cycle again.
It's part of life, Alex.
Yes, I have them going 6-4.
Same.
They lose. Oh fuck! I did something wrong because I have them losing to the Ferryman, and they are the Ferryman. So who's supposed to be here? Fuck, I don't know. Shit.
I mean, they can go 6-4 so far.
Yeah, no, they can't. But like, it is. This is supposed to be a loss. I just have the wrong thing written down for whatever game that is. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
I
So
have the
six and
Ferryman
four,
written instead of their
it
actual
still comes
opponents.
to 6-4.
Yeah, there's 4 losses written here and 6 wins. It's just one of them says
Um,
the wrong team.
I have them exactly where you do, 6-4 at number 4. Like you said, they're.
Yeah, I do have them dropping a game to the Ravens randomly. Like it's one
I
of those
think
things
that
where they're gonna do that, even though I don't think the Ravens are good. I have them dropping a game to the Ravens.
I think that the Ferrymen should beat every team, but we all know that they won't,
Yes.
and so, or not that they should have the potential,
Yeah.
but they won't. So 6-4, I feel like is a fair middle ground for me, above average.
Yeah.
Number 5.
Number 5. Ah, fuck. I have
You have the Glads here,
I
don't
have the
you?
Glads here.
I love how I can plan this out. I know
Yeah,
what's
you
coming
know what
next
I'm
on
gonna
your
say.
list. What 5-5,
No, I'm not that crazy. I
four
got
and
them down
six.
at 4-6. I have them beating the Dragons, the Ravens, the Hounds, and then the Warriors in that final game.
Okay, I mean, I all
Oh,
those
it's
can.
all games where it's like if they were facing the team at a different time, they probably wouldn't win them. But because of the time they're facing the team at, other
It
than
just
the
works out.
Hounds,
Yeah,
I do just kind of think they're better than the Hounds now, in my opinion. I might be wrong,
yeah.
but
No, I can definitely see that. I have the Dragons at 5-5 here. Um,
all right.
you know,
I don't hate
I
it.
think they're I think they're gonna slump mid-season. They'll probably win. I think I have them winning one of the games in week 1. Yep, 10-3 actually. But
Oh, I've just realized that the teams that people would probably say I'm overrating are the teams I have people in fantasy on. I've rated the Levi's and Dragons really high, and then I have the Glads higher than they should be. Oh well.
I don't know. I don't know if the Leviathans right now is a
I
overrating
don't know if it's
at all.
overrated,
I don't think you
but
can
you
overrate the
can't say
Dragons.
I underrated them.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would consider Leviathans to be second anyway. Personal opinion.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. But I mean, they
um,
went 3-7 last phase. You know.
yeah, and not last.
Yeah.
Number 6, you have
Number
the
6.
Kings. Oh no,
Incorrect.
that's the Ravens. I'm sorry, I forgot about them.
I hate you. I hate how you know it. All right. We should
I
have had you predict beforehand. Where you think I never mind. I think you would have
okay.
gotten it 100%
I
right.
would have I would have gotten actually looking at it, I probably would have gotten all of them.
Yeah. You don't even
Because
know
what
which order I have the last two in yet, and
now you have
but
it's
you
King
do.
Count.
Yeah, exactly. You do know
Okay.
because of course, but I just hadn't told you yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel kind of psychic right now, but
I think I'm
this
just
is
very predictable with my shit posting.
yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, you definitely are.
Go Glads. Fuck one of these teams.
Yeah.
Fuck insert Ravens or
Everyone
Ferryman
else
depending on the week.
or yeah.
This week I'm high on the Ferryman, low on the Ravens. Next week
It's
I'll
gonna
be talking
yeah.
about how good the
Yeah, if we
Ravens are,
did
and I'll
this
be shitting
next
on the
week,
Ferryman.
yeah, if we did this next week, it could be
God, I'm
a
so
completely inverted.
predictable. I
Okay,
will
so
say
what do you
I
have the
have
Ravens?
flipped on the Hounds. I was saying they'd be pretty good going into the phase last time, and this time I'm saying they're bad. So at least I've changed one opinion.
Yeah,
I have the
credit.
Ravens 3-7, and I have them
Okay.
beating the Glads, Ferrymen, and Kings once each.
Okay. Wow. So the real big difference I'm seeing here is the Ravens and the Glads for us.
Yeah, that makes
Besides,
sense.
I mean, there's like one spot jumps between teams. The Dragons have like a 2 spot jump, but then
Yeah,
the Ravens and Glads have 3.
yeah. So okay, you have Glads at 8, then that makes sense.
I do.
Yeah, don't blame
But
you. Don't blame you.
yeah, so here's my stipulation. Number 6 comes in with the stipulation. I have Kings 3-7. Yarkor will not be on this team by the end of
Ooh,
the year. I don't know where he will be. I don't
I
know who will be on
also
the
had the
team.
Kings 3-7. And the Nets go down. I
Yarkor
didn't even think about that though. I don't think it's gonna matter. I think they go 3-7 whether or not Yarkor's on the
with
roster.
or without him. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know
I
what?
don't
I
think
do have them winning early and then losing late mostly, just because of the way the schedule looked out, based on who I needed them to beat.
right. Yeah, where they fall
I
into your
came up with the
split.
game first and then put down the records. But the problem was I had to go back and change some things because the Glads were 6-4. And that was obviously not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I had to make a couple of changes.
Switch up things a little bit. Yeah. Um, I don't think Kings are going to be great. We've already discussed them.
Yeah.
I don't think anything else needs to be said about them.
I really don't know why Quig went there.
So I know. I think if Quiggs just stays on Hounds, you just have a better team at
Yeah,
that point.
I
So
agree.
kind of missed opportunity there, but
And I mean,
no
with how good
regrets.
they were
But
doing, like, if you have any problems with anybody on the team in terms of like how good you think they are, you could probably have gotten them replaced. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
But
I
I
think it
don't
was
think
more of like
anybody
a
needed that.
if I go into freshman year of high school, hang out with my friends, and all these seniors want to hang out with me. I'm like, okay, see you
Yeah, I
guys.
guess
I'm
that's
going to hang out
fair.
with the
I
seniors,
guess that's
right?
fair. Yeah.
Um, I think this is the same way.
I
He's going
can't
to hang
wait
out with cool
until
kids.
the predictions are like completely opposite of what we had.
Yeah,
Like Brent
because
said, we
we're
can't
saying
be
this.
between both of us. We can't both be wrong on the Ravens unless they're exactly mid. One of us says they're going to be good. One of us says they're going to be bad. If they are 5-5, that is the only way we could both be wrong
Yeah.
about the Ravens.
Then we have to. I don't know where I was going. Then we have to jump off a roof
Oh, jeez, I don't want to
somewhere.
do that.
Yeah, you got that hurt your knees.
Yeah,
Hurt my knees. Okay, Hounds. You have them 8th.
I have them 8. You have them 7, right?
Yeah. What's their record?
I'm going 2 and
It,
8.
2-8. Okay. Well, that's wait.
What are we waiting for?
Is that I'm looking to see if this is statistically possible.
Oh, did you
Oh
do
yeah, it
your
is.
numbers wrong?
Yeah. No, I thought you did, but you didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Nah,
Um,
I know mine aren't possible because each one has an exact opposite.
right.
Which wasn't I didn't do that on purpose. That's just how it worked out. I noticed that after.
Um, no, I have Hounds 7, Glads 8. I
The
think the
games I got
Hounds are going
Hounds
to be
winning.
very not good.
But you think the Glads are gonna be
Prob-
worse?
yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm probably too high on the Glads, but I just
No,
really want them to be good, man.
I hope they like, oh wait, we can actually work well together, and
I
they end up
mean,
being good.
the
But
thing is, it like with my prediction, they're basically getting a free win from the Warriors, and without that, they're in the same spot as the Kings Ravens. But I'm
yeah,
assuming their set difference would probably be worse. So without that free win, I probably basically have 7.
yeah.
But they just
So
got
we're
pretty lucky with that schedule.
they're realistically they're very close to each other. But the way it pans out in
Right.
our things, they're far away.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man, I almost feel like bad for Kana because it's like, what if he's gonna be the next Wowie, man, where you get dragged into this. And I'm not saying Wowie's great or anything. I'm not saying anything about him. There's just he has a bad win rate in
Right.
general. And you bring Kana into this team that's struggling already, expecting him to do big things, and he can't do that. And so now he's going to live this. People are skeptical about him. Big teams never pick him up. He plays on the fringe teams for the rest of his career, and
Yeah.
then dies. Not dies, but like
Retires.
retires. Yeah, same
Yeah,
thing.
I don't know. I've
Um,
already seen more from him than I've ever seen from Wowie. Is the thing.
from Scary D.
No, from Kana.
Wait, you've seen more from who?
I've seen more from Kana than I've ever seen from Wowie.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, you cut out there for a second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. No, I wasn't trying to make a direct comparison. I don't want him to be in this
It could happen.
hell hole
I feel like
where
Stewart's kind of ending up there. I feel like he's better
Stewart
than being
is
on these
Stewart
teams.
is right there.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Stewart
But at
can
least
play on a
Stewart's in
good
the
team.
league. Wowie isn't even in the league.
Right. No, and that's what I'm saying. Like Wow is such a fringe guy. He's sometimes in, sometimes he's out. Um, but he's never
Yeah.
good. He's never on a good team when he's in. He's never
Yeah.
a good player when he's in. And due to circumstances. So
Yeah.
I hate to see this happen to other players. Like the Hounds got so lucky having so many
Yeah. I don't know. I
fresh
feel like
talent.
solo changes happen more often in solo than do in carry. You know what I mean? Because like Barracuda and
Mhm.
Zapman have been around forever, and like
Yeah,
now maybe they're leaving, maybe for one of
maybe.
them, right?
I know.
Like,
Well, I thought it was gonna be Zapman, but
yeah,
shit.
like it seems like that. Like going into the season, because I thought about this. It's like where would Stewart have ended up if he wasn't playing in? Which team would he have been on? Literally, the only realistic option would have been he was on the Warriors over Netroid. In terms of
Yeah,
like all the other teams, like the core has a carry, right? Like the Ferryman had Stewart last year, but that was only because Cyclone Spin left to deal with personal problems. And when he was coming back, of course they're going to pick it back up because he's their shot caller. The Kings
yeah.
had Yarkor, Levi's had Zap, Dragons had Vote. You know, Ravens had Barracuda. Like the only place would have been that Warriors team. And if I remember correctly, that Warriors team came together around SOT and Netroid, maybe, or maybe Netroid was the third person picked up. I don't remember,
Yeah,
but it was one of those. Like Netroid was picked up as part of that team super early. Like he was one of the people who created that team
that's
basically.
one of the
So that was
founders.
that was
I don't.
probably not going to happen either.
There's so many different stories from different Warriors players that say how the team was
Right.
conceived.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just something like that. I don't know why I brought that up.
Yeah.
Something, because you want all this new talent to grow, be good, grow
Right.
the league, grow player interest.
Yeah. I wonder if the league would be better off in terms of competition if there were more teams. Which I know kind of sounds backwards because the bottom teams are already bad, but I feel like you get better by playing against the best players. And
Yeah,
so if more people got chances to play against the best players and prove themselves and stuff like that, then like, there might still be a couple of bad teams at the bottom, but there'd be more good teams. Because more
I
teams or
think
more players will have gotten the chance to prove themselves.
yeah. There's just I think with that is a funding issue more than
That
anything,
as well. Yeah, I don't think it'd be possible to do more
which I don't
games.
even try to get into that side of things.
Yeah.
At
Well,
least for
esports are
this.
very not profitable. So that is probably very true.
Supplies. Someday, oh, dude, I was gonna get a Powerball ticket today. The lottery's at like 600 million or something right now.
Jeez. I was gonna
So if
get
we
a
win that,
lottery
I'm
ticket on my birthday, and it was 105 degrees that day. And
so
I
you
think,
didn't go
yeah, I
outside.
literally just didn't go outside instead. I was like, I'm good. I think it was the
No,
night
if
before my birthday because I worked the night before my birthday, and I went outside to walk to my car because I had to work. And then I was like, you know what? I'll pass.
yeah, I'll tell you right now, if I win $600 million, 10 million's going into SPL. At least
I thought you were gonna
10
say
million.
Gank right lane.
I mean, we got the money for it, man.
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah,
Well, we could build our own building at that point. For what?
yeah. I don't know.
For me and you to view our videos.
Yeah,
No, that would be something cool though.
yeah,
Someday this will be a thing.
yeah. If you win 600 million, can I borrow like a couple $100? Because I got student loan repayment coming up, and I don't know where I'm
Yeah,
gonna get
dude,
that
I
money
would.
from.
I'll pay your student loans
Let's
if
go.
I'll just pay them all
Oh,
off.
let's go.
None of the
Pay
boys would
off
have
my
to worry
student
about it.
loans and start up Gank Right Lane as an official company.
Yeah, yeah. That's actually my priority number one. Number one and two.
Let's go.
Okay. Um, Sorry to kind of cut this short, but this lady is wanting to meet me for a cat at
Alrighty.
like a little after 11. So you think we can get through some
Yeah.
patch notes?
Just real quick, what were your
Yeah.
records for the hounds and glads?
Oh
Because
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think you
I
said that.
had the hounds I had 2 and 8, and the glads I had 1 and 9
See, I don't see any team going 1-9. Like I feel like if there was a team that was gonna go 1-9, it was gonna be the glads last phase,
last
and
year.
they didn't.
I don't
I
think
feel
it's
like the
realistic,
league is
but
competitive enough, you know.
it's what my paper says, so that means
Fair
I
enough.
have to go with it.
Fair enough.
No, I don't think 1 and 9 is realistic.
Right. Just how it worked out.
It's just yeah, what I had. It's kind of like what it comes down to at that point.
Yeah. But those were how many losses and wins were left, so you gave them to the glads.
Yeah.
All
Sorry
right.
guys.
Mama Bridget, new god.
Um
She's OP as fuck. All right.
yeah, have you watched like the gameplay and
I
little
have.
things?
She's gonna be crazy, dude.
So
They need
it
to
looks like
stop doing fucking tick damage over time shit on gods. Because if they do that like normally, then the god's gonna suck. And so what they do is they make it so they have good base damage and damage over time. So they just fuck you. Like this is what they
yeah.
did with Marty. This is literally what
Yeah.
they did with Marty.
No, yeah. It's one of the things where it looks like if I'm watching a game, I'm like, wow, she's an assassin. Like early game, she plays like an assassin, which is meant to be the best class in the game. Really, we have warriors besides warriors.
Right.
Your physicals are your better early game. She
Except for
plays like an
Caitlyn's.
assassin early. Yeah. Um, and she blows people up. And then I'm guessing I haven't seen her very late game at all, and so I don't want to speak in certainties. But as a mage, she's going to scale very well.
Yeah, I feel like she's gonna do it.
And I've watched her already blow people up. I watched this guy miss his 2 on her. Okay, so missing one whole ability and still one shot this guy with
Yeah.
3/4 of her kit. Oh, another overtuned got, but she looks really cool.
Oh yeah, no, she's
I
gonna be
mean,
very
very
fun to play.
yes, very fluid looking. Yeah, really fun.
She's gonna be fun. Just don't know how much I want to play against her.
Right, exactly. Um, yeah, we got some skins.
Got schemes.
Uh, I really like them. Honestly, I really like all these skins.
Yeah.
Now that I'm looking, what? Okay, hello.
Hello.
Okay, I thought I exited Discord. I do. My personal favorite is Necromalis Marcoris.
Yeah, I
That
don't
skin,
like the
especially
big ass hand in the frame there.
the card art, is wicked enough. Have you seen it in game?
I'm not.
It is equally as horrifying as this because some things they just don't translate. You know, you have good
Right.
card art and the skin is like a. This is you look at it and you're like, why the hell does he have 4 hands on the ground? His tail is a human body,
Uh, uh,
a limp body on his tail,
I'm gonna
and
target Marty if they ever have the skin.
whenever he claps, he just slams the body on the ground, man.
Uh,
It's gross. It's really gross.
I love it, but
Um,
also I
yeah.
hate it.
If I manage to get, I don't know how you unlock this unlimited Festival of Spirits, so it's probably like $12, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
If I can get my hands on it without spending $12, that's the only Marty skin I will ever be using
yeah,
personally. Oh, I can't stop looking at it. It's like one of those things where it's like it's so gross you want to look away, but it's like
yeah.
I want to keep looking. Ugh. Okay, sorry.
It's all good. Things they're bringing the start time back down,
No way.
cause yeah, cause they just did it so people get used to recipes. So now that people are used to recipes, it's back to the correct
Huh.
times. Except for assault, which is going up by 30 seconds because it went down and it wasn't supposed to.
Assault's already like, come on, get out there fast. And
Yeah.
it was like, go.
Yes. Items, what are those? They have buffed Sturdy Stew. They have buffed Party Punch. They have buffed Durable Drumstick. I still don't
All,
think Durable Drumstick will ever be built.
I mean, these were all 3 things we were calling for last patch or
Yeah,
two episodes ago.
yeah,
So we're seeing this happen. I'm happy with it.
yeah,
I think Party Punch was already kind of in a decent spot, so I think this is going to be. I think Party Punch is going to be one of the top ones. It's going to be
yeah,
you're going to see it built with Bow and stuff.
yeah. Of course, the damaged ones are the best ones, and the tank ones are the worst ones.
Yeah,
That is
something
how Smite has done things the past.
I'm
It's
sure
not.
is
I
hard
can't
to
really
build.
complain. It's not too bad right now. You can just build one of the damaged ones on the tanks. Um, yeah, I still think durable drumstick's going to be completely irrelevant on everybody except for
Yeah.
maybe Kukulin since he can't build the cooldown one. That is the only one I see, only person I see it being built on. Breastplate
Yeah,
got
even
a buff with its runes. Okay, don't care.
it's really just cheaper. It gives you more mana spam. I think that's what they said they wanted to do is make these
Right.
solo lane items more mana sustainable.
And here's the thing though, counterpoint, Pridwin. So breastplate never gets built. The end.
True, but honestly, overcap. Counter argument.
It's not
Case
worth.
closed.
It's not worth. It's not even like you're only overcapping by 10 because you're always building uh Glad Shield.
Like Glads and
And
Genjis and
well no,
not
not
even
even just
Genjis.
with Genjis. You're building Pridwin, Glad Shield, and your warrior. That's 40%.
That's true. Mana buff. Totem, blue totem. Breastplate. Get a bobble, man.
You I mean Bravo gives you 10% as well. But you don't even
Yeah.
need it.
I don't think breastplate's gonna be built.
Nope.
unless it's
Go
like one of the. I
into an
will say,
auto attack team comp. You can build breastplate with breastplate of vigilance, and then you go mid guardian, and the auto attacks don't work anymore. So if the other team is like 3 auto attackers, you do that. That's like the only
Serb
reason.
with an early breastplate because breastplate's cheap now too.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
always
no,
been
there are
cheap, but
some
it's like
gods that'll
cheaper.
build breastplate over Bruin. There are some gods that
You're
build
gonna
this
you're
over
gonna
both.
want some. I think you're gonna see it both. You're gonna be surprised how often you see both of them.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Um. Oh, forgot about this item.
Runeforged Hammer.
Yeah.
Remember
I
when the
forgot.
Flameforged Hammer wasn't that good and then they nerfed it?
Yeah.
Well, they ended up
Yeah.
buffing it back now. I don't know if this is where it was before, but it's
I have
better at
no idea.
least.
That was like 6 months ago, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot this item even had runes. To be honest with you.
I mean, it's in the name.
Um. Whoa.
Runeforged. Which it's kind of
Blade
crazy
blank.
this item existed without runes. This is in
Right.
the
Yeah.
name.
This should have been the. This should have been the first
It
item
should have
with
been the
runes.
only item with runes, and then they should have added runes to other things. That's how it should have gone. Was this item even around when they made runes? I don't remember. I don't remember if this is like a new one from the season or not. I don't think it is,
No,
right?
Runeforged has been around since we've been playing.
Yeah, and it's never
At
been good.
least. No, there was maybe like a week period
There was a week
where it
period
got
where it
built.
was buildable, and that was because of the rune. And it was still worse than Pridwin, so it still didn't get
Not
built.
even.
It was just buildable. They're
Yeah,
buffing Atalantas. Nobody cares. It's not enough to make anybody care, so nobody cares.
another item. Kind of forgot about.
It's
Yeah,
an
they.
early game item, and the characters who would build it need something else, either Golden Blade or Lifesteal, depending on if you're in jungle or carry. So it's just not
Yeah,
gonna get built.
demonic grip. This one is what's scary to me.
Yeah, I don't love it. You hate magical
Um,
uses a lot more than I do, so
yeah, and that I mean that's 10 power. That's not
that's not
insignificant.
insignificant at all.
So
Although with magical auto attack scaling, that's like 3 damage per auto attack. Maybe 4, something like that.
I don't know how that works if I'm being
Mm,
honest. So
I think it'd
yeah,
be 4. It would be 4 because I think it's uh I don't remember how words work. Fuck. I think it'd be 4 damage per auto attack.
Also, never mind. Yeah, I was gonna say you could build it. Obviously, you could build any magical item on the new god on Mammon,
Right.
but I don't think she's an auto attack character at all, so I don't think it
I don't really
matters.
think so either.
Um, Fadeless hoops. I
Faithless
actually built this
Hoops.
last week.
That's crazy. Who are you playing?
I misclicked.
Ah.
No, I'm kidding. I was playing Terra. I actually didn't mean to
Ah.
build it, but I was like, this just doesn't feel good. So
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah, I
two
don't know.
percent.
I think if you have an Afro support and they build this, that wouldn't be too bad.
Very niche situation.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Oh, like the
Uh,
healing supports, which aren't really very good right now anyway.
yeah.
But if you're gonna play them anyways, I think this item now makes it. You go like ass clap this.
Things to make it work.
Yeah.
You have more routes.
I mean, you go ass clap in this, and then probably some more tank.
Uh God buffs. I liked a lot of these. Um I don't know that Achilles needed a buff. I think he was kind of just in a lower stance on the totem pole right now. And I think he was fine there for now.
Yeah.
Um but this. Oh wait, okay, never mind. Timeout. Combat dodge got increased damage by like 5 at all level.
Yeah.
So I'm not sweating anymore.
But it goes twice, so it's
It
by
does
10
go twice. It's 10.
at all levels.
Um I was afraid they're gonna overtune this. Even this was gonna make him good. I think he was already decent before. Um,
Yeah.
small changes to Achilles can make. He always seems like a guy who's on the edge of being good or not.
Yeah. Oh, I think he's like pretty decent right now. So, and I hate playing against him,
Yeah,
so I don't like to see this.
yeah.
RDO buff.
That's me clapping.
It is an RDO buff.
I'm an RDO lover.
You are.
It's okay.
Yep.
That's all I have to say.
All right, moving on.
Yep.
Baron Samedi.
Um, this makes him better.
Yeah, people are gonna be playing him
Take
because Vomit Bridget. Oh, look at that, he got a buff. Huh?
yeah.
Like,
That feels like the only. I mean, I think Baron's always kind of in a place where he might need a buff here and there.
yeah, no, like it makes
Es-
sense. Besides that, but let's be honest, the reason he got it
especially with the
now
new
is
god, he
because of
got a
the new
buff.
god.
Exactly. Yeah. No, we're gonna see a lot of these two, um, coming up. I kind of wish there would have been some sort of interaction where they play off of each other,
Yeah, that would be
in
cool.
their kits, but
Miller's probably pretty sad that that isn't a thing.
yeah, I haven't
I
talked
mean,
to him
I
about it yet.
guess you Baron ult Mama. That's probably pretty good as a combo. You pull people in and then throw a giant ball at them.
Right.
That probably works pretty well together.
Oh, dude, we should have had him on here for this one.
We shoulda.
Just a comment on this.
Ah, well,
Okay,
too late now.
next week. Next week.
Yeah,
Um,
no promises.
Cerberus looks really good.
Yeah, no, what the fuck? Stop. I don't want to play against
He
Cerberus.
got buffed a lot.
He did. What the fuck? Like, I think Intersect said it's like it went from like 30 something protection shred to 51 total.
Yeah,
That's a lot. You're basically doing
it,
true damage to a squishy now if he hits that.
which is the freest ability to hit. I mean, if they can stun you out of your breath, his
Yeah.
poo, um, then that's a difference maker. But if you're getting that full cast off, you're shredding.
Yeah, and then I'm assuming
And
this one is his ult.
yeah, just
And that's
40
a
more
lot of
damage.
damage, I feel like.
Yeah. Yep. Through all stages, he's getting anywhere between starts out at 20 more up to 40 more.
That's a lot of damage.
Yes. So he's going to be hurting now. See him in solo lane.
Fuck.
See him building breastplate.
I'm gonna become a jungle mage. You want to switch?
Yeah. Also, I've
Alright.
really been enjoying solo lately. I can't
Yeah.
lie.
I've really been enjoying car run solo lately. I haven't been playing much else over
I
there.
actually don't know if I've tried that ever.
You should. It's so fun.
Maybe try that out.
Dude,
Well,
like he might be the next god I get to like 3,000 worshippers, and I'm at like 300 right now.
wow.
I literally only want to play him if I'm playing solo right now. I don't
That's
have a
intense.
desire to play anybody else.
The god I hate the most. Not in terms of their in terms of their kit. I was gonna say not in terms of their kit because it's like not like I don't like playing against Charybdis. I hate playing as her and I hate her as a concept.
Yeah.
Not as a concept, as a character.
I thought.
She
Never
sucks.
mind. I'm not gonna bring that up.
Yeah. I don't know where we're going with that,
Yeah.
but um I don't even know what
They
this
did
is. Is that
stuff.
her passive? Her passive got buffed.
Sure. I don't know what her stuff does. Who
Um
cares? It's Charybdis. Who cares? I'm
decrease to 2,
sorry.
no one
I'm
cares.
sorry, but
She's
who
not gonna
cares?
play. Yeah. Okay, but you care about this one. Come
Yeah,
on
I
now.
do. Kukolin buff, baby. Remember, like, near, I think it was literally the first episode of the podcast. I was like, Kukolin is always a top 5 solo. He never gets buffed. He never gets nerfed. We have seen them both get nerfed and buffed since we made that episode.
Since you said that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Even though nothing, they forgot he existed for like the past 3 years before that.
Yeah. So I think he got played once in the SPL like last week, and he got shit on.
Yeah, probably. I don't think he's great right now, especially because he can't use any of the fucking recipes. Like Party Punch is hard to stack in solo. because you have to kill jungle camps.
Oh, I
He
forgot you
can't
can't.
you can't get stack bow on him.
Mana,
He's not an
yeah.
auto attacker for gooseberries. Drumsticks sucked and still sucks, but at least it sucks a bit less now. And
Oh,
then there's the support one that you're not going to build in solo because it's made for supports.
yeah. Tough time for that guy.
Yeah, I feel like that's the main reason nobody's been playing him is because it's just like, why would I build him when I can't use any of the recipes that matter on him?
I don't think the buffs are significant either.
Straight up, I
They're
mean,
good.
it's
I'll help you
enough.
clear the wave.
Yeah,
It'll be something.
yeah,
This is one of the gods where I don't understand coming up on this, where Daji was like the god. She was first picked, first banned, 100% for like weeks. Nothing happens to her. Doesn't get nerfed. Nothing happens. Just falls off. Okay.
yeah,
Little break goes by. Nothing. She hasn't been touched since she was the best jungler in the game. Has not been nerfed.
yeah.
And it's the power
It,
creep kind of is like, huh? I don't know.
yeah.
There's many things that add to that, but it just it's hard for me to wrap my head around.
The thing about Daji is that her effectiveness at like that top level is based around how well the rest of the team's gonna be able to play around her ult.
Mm.
Like you know how well the team comps do around it. So I'm assuming the
Yeah,
team comps probably haven't fit it as well recently, and that's why she hasn't been as high up.
yeah. I've played her once or twice since, and she just doesn't feel as good anymore.
Yeah, this should make her feel better.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna have to pull back out the auto attack Daji.
Well,
Remember
you
when
did
I did
that.
that for 2 games?
Yes, I hated it.
I think it worked in one of them, and then not in the other, and then I didn't touch it again.
Very short lived.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one though. Heim
Yep.
gets buffed.
Greed is coming.
Dude, I thought he was good like a month ago, and now this happens, and so it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yep.
His passive is getting an extra percent power, which honestly makes a difference.
Yeah.
I like it.
And then decreased cooldown on the piercing sight. He's gonna get played in the SPL. I feel like.
Yes, very soon.
Yes. This weekend.
Kumbra.
Kumbra Karna. They decrease the
Okay.
cooldown on throwback, and
It,
they increase the damage on the groggy strike.
do you think we see him in SPL this weekend?
Nope.
I vote yes.
No, there's no way.
I vote yes on Roar. If it's
There's
not
no
on
way.
Roar, it doesn't count. I'm calling that right now. Wait, I'm writing
There's
it
no
down
way.
actually.
There is no way. These changes, I feel like, barely even matter for him. Like at max
Oh
level,
yeah,
the cooldown
no,
change
they
doesn't do
definitely don't.
anything. And then it's 10 damage on a god that you don't care how much damage they do.
No, the throwback is one of the most insignificant abilities in the entire game.
Exactly. It doesn't matter. Nobody's
Yeah,
playing.
but Aurora's gonna look at this and say, "I'm playing Kumbra." That's my call. I just want you to know that I'm calling that.
Okay. If it happens, I
Lancelot.
will be so confused. Lancelot. They
What?
fixed. Yep. just read it.
I always thought that was intentional. I knew he had such a low MP5, but it's like a stance switcher in the jungle that early on already is so good. If you let him farm and gank on cooldown because he has enough mana, he's OP. And so that was his one thing is he doesn't have a lot of mana early game, so he can't do all that. I thought that was intentional.
Yeah. Turns out it wasn't. Um.
And
Yeah.
they reduce his cooldown on suit. He might be like he was already getting played a little bit, not a lot, and I think he was losing most of his games.
Yeah.
That's a big change. I think the MP5 is a big change.
I mean, yeah, that's a lot of MP5. 3 whole
Cool.
MP5.
Wow. Okay, cool.
That's
You'll be good.
that's like 66% of 1 mana per second.
Exactly.
Um, Surtur. They made the stacking more good. That's good. I like
Better.
stacking on him. Stacking on him fun. Now stacking more useful.
Yeah, he'll be better late game.
Yeah. A
The show.
partial revert for the Morrigan. Cool. The damage go up. The
Yeah, okay.
mana got a buff. Boo. Boo. Fuck the mana. I mean,
Honestly.
he probably needed it, but.
Yeah, he definitely did.
And it's not like they're buffing the things that were the reason he was
Made
good in the
him
past. Yeah.
yeah,
Who
exactly.
cares about these two abilities? I don't even know what they do. All right, now
Now
we're
we're
on to nerfs.
nerfs. Oh.
They
Um,
nerfed Ama's attack speed buff on her divine presence.
she was the best warrior in the game.
Yep.
Best solo laner. So good.
Cool.
Actually, that's a crazy nerf though.
Yeah.
That is a big nerf.
Yeah.
She's taking a hit here. So
Ao Kwong execute cooldown go up.
interesting.
Yep. Sure is.
Again, Arachne, I knew she wasn't gonna get time to shine, man.
I don't think this is that big of a change. It does
It's
hurt
not.
early a lot, but late game, I don't think that 10% matters.
I think in casuals, it doesn't matter at all. I think this does definitely hurt her SPL presence, which is
Yeah.
where I
I don't
enjoy
know.
watching.
I like leveling the X first now, personally.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, you're getting you're getting it pretty high pretty quick, I feel like.
I mean, I'd say I normally do it.
Oh, she wasn't really gonna get much play in the SPL anyways.
I know. I
Like
like to hope
I think it
though.
was just gonna be Sino.
I like to hope and dream.
Yeah.
Another guy who we saw this coming.
Yeah,
Chernabog
Chernabog.
gets a little nerf. His attack speed stam is decreased at 10 by all levels.
Yeah. They seem to be doing that a lot.
Yeah,
uh
10%.
Hebo. He increased
Yeah,
cooldown on his escape. Don't let that fucker get away.
yeah. That's I would argue another one of the best. I mean, the best one of the best abilities in the game. He has got 4 of them.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is crazy.
I know he has his way of being bad though.
How does he do it? Just because his movement is really bad, even with this?
And it's just because dude, I can fart on him and he'll die.
Yeah, that's true as well.
Like you could build 2 tank items and fart on this guy, and he will fall over. And you have to be right next to someone to hurt them.
Yeah. Nerf to Kali. The incense has decreased duration.
Is that I'm guessing that's the attack speed and power buff
I believe so.
from that. So just lasts shorter.
Yep.
Okay. Um,
Raijin. They decreased base damage on Raiju by 10 at the beginning and then 0 by the end. And they increased the cooldown by 1 second at all ranks.
okay. I mean, I didn't see the value in him.
Yeah,
Which
I don't know, a lot of people
but
seem to.
everyone else did. So
Yeah,
I was missing something else. Clearly that's
yeah,
on me. But
yeah, I don't know. You know what that Lancelot buff is gonna help him do?
whenever Nika plays Raijin in solo,
Yeah, it's
if
gonna help him gank
Take right lane.
gank right lane.